Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Carolyn Maria, working as an assistant professor in Loyola College of Education, Chennai. The title of the course is Childhood and Growing Up, which comes under Course 1. We are going to focus on Unit 4, Socializing Agencies of Child Development. This is part 2 video lecture, which is going to focus on school and peer group as socializing agency of child development. Under each, we are going to learn 5 side headings as meaning and definition, characteristics, role of school and peer group in child development, factors affecting child development, measures to overcome the factors. The learner will be able to understand the role of school and peer group as socializing agencies of child development. Let's learn what is school. Etymologically, the word school has derived from Greek word skol, which means leisure. In ancient Greek period, this leisure place came to be known as places which is used for self-development. So that leisure places, that is the abandoned buildings, were used for self-development. So that from that only the word school has evolved. So, school is a special environment where a certain quality of life and certain types of activities and occupations are provided with an objective of securing child's development along with desirable lines according to John Dewey. J.S. Ross said, schools are the institutions devised by civilized man for the purpose of arranging in a preparation of young for well-adjusted and efficient members of the society. So school plays a major role in the individual development of each and every human being. What are the characteristics of school? Schools are serving as an institution for educating the children. They do follow a certain timetable, school timings are there, syllabus they do follow, holidays they do have their own way of celebrating different festivals and different holidays. Each and every school has its own philosophy. So any institution at which instruction is given in a particular timing and they do follow a syllabus is called a school. Each school is having its own vision, mission, different infrastructure, timetable, curriculum, examination, promotion, certification, etc. They do maintain academic standard which depends upon the management. Each school provides professional development for the teachers as well as even for the students. Let's discuss on the role of school in child development. The 3 important basic skills of reading, writing and arithmetic are started in school. Schools are the ones which provide an opportunity to develop all these 3 R's. And schools provide an opportunity for the students to identify their innate ability, and it will promote the innate ability in every student. And it is giving an opportunity for the development of mental powers, and it helps the student to maintain the mental health. Cultivation of different habits and different manners is also happening there in school. Schools are providing as a platform for the preservation, improvement and transmission of culture, whereby it promotes the cultural pluralism by which students will come across with different other individuals who come under different category in the same classroom, by which an opportunity is provided for them to tolerate each other with regard to their cultural background, with regard to their socio-economic background, academic background, etc., by which they are enabled to accept other cultures. And schools provide occasional education according to the demands of the society. Schools are helping the people to reorganize and reconstruct the human experiences. And it helps each and every individual to become a productive individual for the nation. The character development starts in the school. Schools are serving as a connecting link between the home and the community. Diffusion of new knowledge is happening there in the school, and schools provide the overall development of the children, and it is a trainer which gives a lot of training with regard to living together. For example, There are so many community services happening there in the school: NCC, NSS, adult education, guides, scouts, etc. All these are providing various opportunities for the students to get along with each other and to develop a sort of cooperation, sense of belongingness, team spirit, etc. So it promotes the spirit of cooperation. It provides a lot of opportunity for self development, self discipline, and it helps the student to go for scientific outlook and temper. Overall, school in a nutshell, we could say all round development is possible right from school with regard to physical, cognitive, emotional, social, moral, and even spiritual development. Let's discuss what are the factors which affect the child development which are pertaining to school. When we are discussing the factors affecting, immediately, simultaneously, we discuss even the control measures also. It depends upon the nature of school. If a school is democratic school, it provides a conducive learning environment for a student. Rather, if a school is an autocratic school, that will affect the child development. So if a school is an autocratic school, we need to change. We need to go for a democratic nature of school. And schools provide emphasis on subject matter, and sometimes it neglects the child development. Rather, we need to go for child centered education, because in child centered education, personality development and overall development are emphasized. If a school is focusing on one sided development with regard to the intellectual development alone and not giving much importance for physical, emotional, social, and moral development, we need to go for all round development. That should be the control measure of this factor to overcome. When a school is following stable and rigid curriculum, that affects the child development. Rather, we need to go for dynamic and flexible curriculum. Then, when a school is having defective teaching methodology, for example, same monotonous way of teaching if a school is having, we need to go for innovative teaching methodologies for the good development in children. If a school is neglecting the individual differences, we need to emphasize on individual differences for the overall development. If a school is having a lack of character formation, lack of moral development, occasional education, creativity, and constructive activities, all these are the factors which will affect the child development. Rather, we need to provide conducive climate for cognitive, emotional, physical, social, moral development, and we need to provide occasional education which has to emphasize on practical knowledge and constructive and creative activities. Some schools are having lack of well-trained teachers and lack of value education, for which we need to go for the provision of in-service training for the teachers. When the teachers are there in the service, they need to be given proper training so that we can inculcate the social values for the teachers also, by which we can overcome all the problems which are affecting the child development pertaining to the schools. Some of the other problems in schools are bullying, ragging, teasing, absenteeism, poverty, bad friendship, alcoholism, ill health, reading difficulty, learning difficulty, writing difficulty, academic anxiety, behavioral problems. All these are the different problems. Hence, schools are serving as a platform for varied students having different problems. As teachers, we need to come forward to take initiative to solve all these problems. What is the role of peer group as a socializing agency in child development? What is peer group? Peer group is a group of people of approximately same age, same status and interest with whom a person associates and who are likely to influence the person's beliefs and behavior. There are two types of groups: primary group and secondary group. Primary group is early play group with regard to the gang age 7 to 14 years or 7 to 11 years. Secondary group are this youth club, Red Cross, JRC, this NCC, NSS, Scouts, Guides, all these, because they are here joined with regard to a purpose. Primary group is only with regard to their play. What are the characteristics of peer group? With regard to their age, play, and common interest, they are joined together without any external influence or external guidance and no force from the outside people. So, all these members, since they have joined together on their own, they depict the similarity in their behavior and they do have common values. And they are formed without the help of any of the elderly persons or without any interference of elderly people. The group may be social group or sometimes it may be antisocial group. And you could see among the peer group a lot of discussion with regard to their physical development, cognitive, emotional, social, moral development and all. They keep discussing about what are the practices they do have, what are the food habits they do have at their home. And they help in formation of good conduct and the character. They help in the development of the wholesome personality. What is the role of peer group with regard to the child development? Peer group serves as a form of socializing agency because friends together they just keep behaving in the same way. So, how to behave with others are taught by the peer group, and they do have a change in the behavior also. Sometimes, with good company of students, you do develop desirable behavior. Some bad company may lead to undesirable behavior. The development of the feeling of belongingness starts in the peer group. No I feeling could be seen. They all join together and they do have a common feeling called we feeling. And development of healthy attitude with regard to the group work, whenever they go for games, whenever they join together and do some project, you could see a lot of cooperation, love, affection, sacrifice, brotherhood, and team spirit, everything are there. Development of creative ability is also possible with regard to the peer group because they are free to express their feelings, thoughts, no limitations, no rules and regulations, and with regard to their views, opinions without any fear or without any stress because you don't have any elderly person here to dominate them. All are treated as equal here. Development of personality is also happening there in the peer group because they learn together, play together, they do have better interaction with each other. A lot of opportunity for the development of knowledge is there among the peer group because diffusion of 21st century huge explosion of knowledge with regard to all the science and technology development. For example, if a child gets a new mobile, he'll go and exhibit the features of the new mobile to all the other people by which they do gain knowledge. And development of study habits is also developed here because children will discuss among themselves and they can even join together and go for a group study. Self dependence is developed over here with regard to working independently, sense of responsibility, problem solving, duty conscious, accountability towards education, accountability towards society. All these are developed among the peer group. What are the factors which affect the child development? And when we are discussing the factors, simultaneously we discuss the control measures also. Bad company, if the students are having or if the peer group is having some bad more immoral behaviors or characters, that will affect the child development. So in order to avoid that, we need to avoid that bad company and come out of the company. Then antisocial activities, if the students are involved in this antisocial activities, that will affect the entire group. So for that, in order to overcome that, we need to provide them a lot of moral education. Qualities like envy, jealous, taking revenge, all these are possible there in the peer group, which will affect the child development. So, for which we need to provide them spiritual and moral education. Problems like bullying, ragging, quarreling, vengeance, all these are possible there in a peer group. So, the teachers as well as even the elders are expected to monitor whenever the students are there together as a peer group learning and doing some activities. Mostly this emotional, social, moral and cognitive development get affected because of the peer group, and also the overall personality development is also getting affected because of the bad behavior and bad vibration of few people, for which we need to provide conducive learning environment for the overall development of the children. Because of the antisocial activities and the bad characteristics and bad behavior, The students may face social rejection. So, all these students are to be identified by the elders and the teachers, and we should promote healthy habits in them by which they may gain social recognition. The factors in peer group with regard to family status, educational background of the parent, and behavioral pattern of their own self as well as their parent and their siblings also will affect the child development. So, for which we need to help the students to inculcate a quality of respecting others family status and respecting the educational status of other people, educational background of other family members, and change and adjust and modify the behavior by which we can emphasize on overall development in children. Some key takeaway points are: schools and teachers are expected to address the children's needs according to their level of development. Many activities should be planned to foster the all round development in students. Let me ask you a question to reflect on. Analyze any three problems of students who are facing in the school. And as a teacher, how will you help your students to overcome those problems what you have analyzed? These are some of the books for your further reading. Thank you for listening, students. Wish you all a good luck.